Hey, how's it going, guys? Chris Jaxon here, and I wanted to try something kind of new today. I've had this instrument for a while called the Irish Bouzouki. I've never run pedals with it, and I'm really into pedals, hence the videos I make. So I figured I would try to make one doing that for the first time. Real quick, first thing, this is the Irish Bouzouki, and it's an instrument that was based on another pre-existing instrument called the Greek Bouzouki. The Greek Bouzouki's been around for a very long time. The Irish Bouzouki's only been around since like the mid 1960s. Basically, this famous Irish musician, Johnny Moynihan, went to Greece and was gifted a Greek Bouzouki, and then he kind of modified it to apply better for the kind of music he did, and this is how we got the Irish Bouzouki. So fairly new instrument, but very popular in traditional Irish music since then. And basically it's a giant mandolin. It's tuned like a mandolin, so G, D, A, D. So usually it would be G, D, A, E, but it makes it easier to play chords if it's tuned G, D, A, D, so the traditional Irish Bouzouki tuning is G, D, A, D. It's an octave lower than a mandolin and a much longer scale length, because there is also such thing as an octave mandolin. So this is actually basically an octave mandolin, but with a longer scale length. And it sounds really cool. The reason I got one is because I play in a Irish music cover band. We do like 80s covers with Irish instrumentation, and so occasionally when I'm not playing bass, I'll play this for that. And so yeah, I basically just wanted to see how different pedals would sound with it. I have like 5 that I've set aside that I think would work well with it, and I want to stay fairly conservative this time around since it's my first time ever using pedals with it. I don't want to use my absolute weirdest pedals for the first time. I'm going to stick to like basic ones. So I have a reverb, I have a phaser, distortion, octave, pretty simple things like that, and I'm just gonna try them in real time in this video. Never once played this through a pedal, so we'll see what happens. It does have a pickup inside it, so that's what I'm gonna be using. Just it's gonna make this whole process way easier than trying to mic it and connect that to a pedal. But really all I'm doing is plugged into that, and then it's going into my mic pre, and then into my interface, into Logic, but there's nothing on it besides the pedals. So this is my clean tone, no pedals on. And the first one I want to try is the Earthquaker Afterneath. Awesome reverb pedal, probably my favorite reverb pedal, and it gets very like atmospheric cave-like sounds, so I think it will sound pretty cool. Reverb doesn't really sound bad on anything, so I feel like we're going to enjoy this. That sounds really sick. One thing I should have mentioned, I don't know how I could have not mentioned this yet, but the Irish Bouzouki has 8 strings, but they're all tuned in unison with each other, the pairs. So it's not really like a 12-string guitar where it's regular string, octave up, regular string, octave up. It's like a G and then a G in the same octave, D, a D in the same octave. So it's unison. So you still get that 12-string kind of sound, but it's definitely still more like a mandolin in the sense that they're in unison. So it's not going to be quite as octavey. And some people do tune it with octaves. I don't think it sounds as nice or as full. I think this way is much better, and this is the more traditional way to do it. I'm just going to keep messing around here. Yep, like I predicted, that sounds really awesome. So cool. I think we can move on from there. All right, I went ahead and I added a Dan Electro Tuna Melt. It's just a tremolo. It's a very cheap one. I think I got it for like 20 bucks, if even that. But it's really nice sounding. It does roll off some high end. Dan Electro says it has vintage bypass, which I think they just made up, but yeah, it does roll off some high end, which honestly might be nice on this instrument. We'll see. So I'm gonna leave the Afterneath plugged in. I won't turn it on right away. I'll just have some stuff with the Tuna Melt by itself, and let's just see. That sounds really nice too. Super calming. Let's just keep going. Yeah, it kind of almost sounds like a synthesizer in a way. It's very cool. I'm really digging this a lot. I'm gonna add the reverb back in. Yeah, so it has a switch in the middle that's like a hard and soft switch for how intense the tremolo is. I think the hard's really cool. Definitely probably a bit less calming than the soft. I feel like the soft just adds another dimension to the sound, whereas the hard makes it a completely different instrument almost, but they're both very cool. Well, my camera overheated. I live in Los Angeles. It's August. That's gonna happen. So I was also sweaty, so I changed my shirt. But yeah, we are back. So let's just keep going. This is the Tortuga Yeti. It's a fuzz distortion, I would say. So it's kind of like halfway between fuzz and a distortion. You can kind of get into both ranges. The reason I'm using this one of all my fuzzes, I have a lot of fuzzes, is because it's pretty versatile. It sounds really good on bass. Got a full frequency response. I think that'll work well with this. Just, I think it kind of covers both distortion and fuzz. I think that's just for this first video. I don't want to do it a whole thing on distortion and a whole thing on fuzz. Maybe I'll get more nitty gritty if I do another one of these. Let's just see how it sounds. So here's the clean tone. Yep, I'm letting you out. Cats, am I right? Cool thing is, since these two lowest strings are tuned a fifth apart, I can do kind of one finger power chords like if I was in drop D on a guitar. Oh man, yeah, this thing is it's getting pretty microphonic here with the more distortion. Yeah. All right. Okay, yeah, I don't think I could be that distorted. It's gonna it's gonna feed back. Yeah, this is interesting. I probably wouldn't use this in any real scenario besides my own self-indulgent video, like what I'm doing now. This has like it's like a yeah, I guess they call it mid-range voicing, so I'm getting different voicings of mid-range, and I'm just, I don't know, some are much mellower than others. Reverb. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's pretty obnoxious, but in the single note lead stuff, it's pretty cool. Power chords, not as cool as I would have hoped, but you know, at the end of the day, it's an acoustic instrument. Don't put fuzz on it, probably. But yeah, okay, that was interesting. Moving on. Okay, what I have now is the DoD Meatbox subsynth. Does exactly what it sounds like it does. It takes your signal, brings it down an octave, and synthesizes it. It's really awesome on bass, kind of gives you that sort of 808 tonality, and you know, tracks pretty well, especially the reissue like the one I have here. I don't know how well this is gonna work. I really have no idea, but it seems intriguing, so let's just see what happens. Took me a while to get anything workable with this. It does sound kind of cool. It's got that, you know, like very subby thing, but it doesn't really work once you get like around here on the neck. Just not designed for this kind of thing. I wonder if I increase the bass here. Gives it more to latch on to. It's still doing a lot of like octave stutters, but yeah, it's cool. Again, probably not very useful. Also, it's monophonic, and you almost always are just strumming chords on a bouzouki. So again, in a real situation, wouldn't really, you know. I mean, it's cool. It's super distracting, but it's cool. It's just gonna find one note. That one, it is actually picking the right root note. There we go. But yeah, okay, interesting. Moving on. Okay, so the last one I have here is MXR Phase 100 script font, the cool version. It's a phaser. Technically, it's my dad's, but I use it way more than he ever will. So yeah, I imagine this is gonna sound pretty cool. It's modulation. Nothing really sounds bad on it. And yeah, let's just see what happens. different intensities and speeds. That's what the knobs control. Let's add some verb. Yeah, that sounds fantastic. I'm gonna leave it there for now. I'll probably do another one of these where I maybe combine some more pedals. I just kind of wanted to dip my toes into this. This is the first time, again, I've ever played this with pedals. I had a lot of fun doing it. If you have any ideas for pedals you want me to use with the Bouzouki, please comment. If you have any questions about the Bouzouki, please comment. I've done a lot of research when I bought this thing. By the way, this thing, you can get it on a Thomann Music, Thomann. It's kind of like the German Sweetwater. You can get this for like $150-ish, under 200 for sure. It's great. Yeah, there's really only really cheap ones or really expensive ones because it's kind of a random instrument, but the cheap one's fantastic. Has a built-in pickup, as you can see, built-in EQ. Really fun. Could add just a new color to your sonic palette by getting one. I guess, if you want, you could use pedals on it. So thank you. I'm gonna leave it there and I'll see you next time.